And it's here that we wowed audiences with the coolest tech that we've seen on our travels. We painted colours in the air, tickled their ears, took them to the future and to the distant past. This is Hampi, once the capital of the Vijayanagara dynasty, and by the 16th century it was the second largest medieval era city in the world. Since 1565 it's lain in ruins, but over recent years this UNESCO World Heritage Site has been 3D scanned by several different organisations. Not only does this mean that what's still there can be digitally preserved, but it's also meant that historians have been able to reconstruct a virtual model of how it would have looked in its heyday. So we're now going to take a walk through of the temple site, and to do that we also need a projector which is going to shine down onto the model and a camera up there which is going to watch for the routes that I want to describe, and this is how I'm going to show it where I want to go. Once you've described your route, you're taken on a virtual tour, and while you enjoy the scenery on the screen, you can see exactly where you are on the model too.
If you are digitally preserving this, you are really keeping it, kind of for the future generations to be able to really see what used to be existing.
The laser pointer and footprints are just the first experiment into how others might experience this kind of virtual tour. It's crying out for a virtual reality setup, obviously. And this technique will also be useful to explore sites other than those from times gone by.
This this whole technique I think would go very well where you're looking at visualizations of newer architectures, newer buildings, where you also have people who are exploring things. So seeing a physical form and a virtual form together, it will really help people to be able to visualize things and also maybe change, and digitally you can change anything. So that's the excitement, I think.
Vizara Technologies is one of many startups that are being spun out of the 23 Indian Institutes of Technology.